Hey, it's Mike with My Rocky Start. Just because I had a rocky start doesn't mean you need to. Today, I'm going to do with my monthly maintenance on a tumbler. This is the RT3L from Highland Park. And a lot of the basics as far as oiling bushings and just cleaning things up are going to be the same for most of your tumblers, even lower tone, Harbor Freight. But I definitely prefer these Highland Parks. They've been outstanding. Before we do that, I just want to talk a little bit too about lubricants. I subscribed at one point to the dogma of 3-in-1 oil, 3-in-1 oil. That's all they ever talked about. The problem was the original 3-in-1 oil is a petroleum product, and that is not necessarily safe on some of the bushing material. Nylons, different plastics can make them brittle. They can fail easier when they turn brittle, and it just wasn't safe for some of the things that tumblers are made out of. But people used it for a long time, but obviously with time comes better things, and the synthetic lubricants are vastly superior. 3-in-1 does have a synthetic, but I can't speak to that. So when I stopped using 3-in-1 oil, I started using Superlube. And Superlube, it's a synthetic, it's clear, it does have Teflon in it, it does hold a film pretty well, and I've used that in sewing machines, fishing reels, and just things that I do repair work on, including tumblers. But I just found that something worked better, and it had a better ability to keep a film, didn't dry out as fast, and it was definitely proven to be useful under extreme pressure conditions for sliding parts, rotating parts, and that is the Lucas Extreme Duty Gun Oil. And this is made by Lucas. It is a gun oil, but it has additives, and it also has, like I say, a superior ability to maintain a film, where 3-in-1 would evaporate and get sticky and dry out. This Lucas does not do that. And I've used this Lucas Extreme Duty Gun Oil now over a year on my Highland Park tumblers, and I've had no issues with it. I've seen less wear, and I've even taken some of my tumblers and doing a little experiment to see how far I can stretch maintenance cycles out. But the other thing that makes it nice is it does have that needle, and that needle makes it easy to get into places. Well, this is probably about $5 or $6. You can find it on Amazon. I've found it in auto parts stores, and also obviously sporting goods stores. And like I say, Lucas is a company that's been around a long time. They have a lot of experience in lubricants, fuel additives, been part of the racing community and such for years. And they were branching out and putting lubricants and making them for other things. So Lucas Extreme Duty Gun Oil, don't let that give you any hang-ups. Call it Nug Oil if you want. But what I did with that too is I was cheaper, because I was using it for other things, to buy it in a bigger container, and then I put it in a little pour down container. And you can see I call this bottle the Nug Oil. So this bottle holds about an ounce. It's got a lot longer needle on it. Easier to get into places. Holds about an ounce, and that ounce has been lasting me on 6 tumblers for right around a year. I just recently refilled this, in fact. So let's talk about the tumbler maintenance. So this is the monthly maintenance, and what you're doing is it's an inspection, check for wear, see if you have any problems coming up, get you some paper towels. The oil does collect things from the air, from the barrel nut, just from moving, and so it does get a little bit of a black film after a bit, and it's a mess, so I always wear gloves. But get your paper towel, and probably the place I hit the most and get oil all over myself is on these barrel nut guides. And these barrel nut guides, they do need to be adjusted right so that they're flat and in line with what the barrel nut's doing. And the front and the back need to be adjusted, but they also, it's not a bad idea that when you get them to take and sand those a little bit, smooth them up a little bit. it's just the manufacturing process that can leave them a little rough. But the other thing I'm trying to wipe is also trying to wipe right around that bushing and such, just so I can get anything out of there that's on the outside. And with this monthly cycle, we're not tearing this down completely. We're just getting things cleaned up and going to put some oil on it. So this is a pretty short amount of maintenance that you need to do, and it's just a good idea to make sure you're doing it. And then, since the Highland Parks have a speed dial sitting on the front, to oil that, I don't want to set it and hit that speed dial. So what I do is I've got a block of wood, actually set it up on the block so that the dial hangs off the side. This is just a piece of 2x4 on the RT12 tumbler. I actually have two of them that I set it on, and I'm going to go ahead and just move this camera. Get a better view of those drive and idler rod ends, and I'll show you what I do with those. Just make sure that I've got them wiped away, all the oil, things are clean, and then this is what I like to do. You're only doing about 1 or 2 drops of oil on these bushings, but I take and drop that oil right in that end, and there's 2. I let that sit while I move over to the other one. There's a couple of drops there too, and it will actually start to drain down in there, coat the end of the rods. And also, another thing I like to do is I like to put my glove finger over the end of that hole. I like to take that drive rod and move that up and down, and it's hooked to the motor with a coupling, so it's not necessarily really easy, but what that does is when you seal that end off and you push that, that acts just like a piston and pushes that oil down into that bushing and around. And we'll do it with this side too. And when you do that, especially when your bushings are new, you can actually feel that kick back a little pressure against your finger. So then, just look, make sure the oil's not just sitting there where it's going to run out. And that works, looks good. So then, I'm going to take and get my other bushing ends. And this is one of the things I like about the longer needle, is just it's able to reach in there easier. And so I'm just going to wipe that a little bit more. Got a little gunk on the bottom of that. Now when you're wiping things, be careful with your bushings, because they will sometimes push up. You want them to be right down at the bottom. And then I'm just taking this and putting this right there at the end. A couple drops of oil. I've got it tilted so it's kind of running around that. And then kind of the same thing I do at the top, up and down while I'm moving it. There's a little piece of gunk there. And like I say, you're doing this to inspect also. And I wipe most of that oil away. So I'm just going to do one more drop just to make sure I've got oil in there. And you can hear that rod clicking up and down as I do that. Then we're going to move over to the drive rod, and the drive rod has that little clip on it. So you want to put the oil under that. You can also rotate it to where you've got the opening for that clip and put the oil there. And like I say, a couple drops, rotate it around, a little up and down, get the oil in there. And that's pretty much it. And then while you're doing this, just be careful that you don't hit that speed control dial on the front. So now that I've done that, we've touched this thing, we might have a little oil on our hands. Also may have got a little oil, or there may be some gunk on the idler rod and the drive rod on the the vinyl cover. That can create problems with slippage and things such as that with the barrel. So what I like to do, and I don't recommend doing it with any harsh solvent, but you're usually okay with a little rubbing alcohol on most things. It's not too terribly caustic or anything. But what I like to do is get that and wipe those vinyl covered rods off. And you can see there is a little gunk on there. And doing this, I'm also turning it, making sure I'm getting all the areas. You see me change direction so I can make sure I get out the end. But what you're trying to do also is be careful that you don't get any alcohol where you've just put oil, because that will dilute that oil and cause you problems. So that's actually pretty much it, this tumbler, other than when I put the barrel on, putting a drop or two of oil in the barrel nut groove to keep that kind of lubricated. This is pretty much done. Just making sure that I get all the oil and everything off of it. I like to keep that stainless steel looking nice. As far as inspection, like I say, you're just looking while you're doing this, but somebody had asked about the bushings. How do you tell if they're too worn? The bushings will actually wear in a U shape, and they don't wear fast, but there's enough, just a U shape, they'll move up and down, but they won't move side to side because they're just wearing down. So you can actually take that bushing and turn it 180 degrees so that you can wear down a little bit on the bottom too, and you can do that. Highland Park does have bushings available, and they are pretty cheap. So if you're having wear that you're uncomfortable with, just get you a new set of bushings. And to get a full set, they refer to them as open and closed. The open bushing is this bushing here that goes to the motor, and that has the same size hole that is basically the size for the rod to fit through, and that's the open. The closed bushing is the end of the drive rod and on both sides of the idle rod, and that's the closed. So for a full set, you need 3 closed and 1 open bushing. If this video has helped you, then please give me a like and subscribe, because I'm planning on doing more videos. If there's something you guys would like to see, let me know. If I can answer any questions, more than happy to do that. Post a comment in the comments section and I'll get back to it as soon as possible. And as always, I appreciate your time and your interest. Thanks.